What happened, Dan?
He just Anyway, enough of that. Hello viewers, welcome back. It's been a long time. I think the last time we put a film out was in September. It's the winter here, obviously, and me and Lance had a think about what we could do. We can't film any cricket. There's no nets or anything like that, and we thought, well, we could just sort of bore you to death with sort of some of our stories. Yes. Lance is a very funny man, and
that's an oxymoron.
The Cornish Kohli, and we just thought we'd sit and have sort of fireside chats with you.
Yeah,
it's Christmas. We thought today we would, this first episode of whatever we call it, is going to be about CODGERdom.
Yeah.
We are CODGERS, the Sarnstead CODGERS. So, we're going to talk about the joys and travails of being a codger.
Exactly.
So,
stick with us.
Stick with us. Give it a go.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy it.
Well, Dan, here we are.
Lance, indeed.
We've
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's that time. It's about December the 3rd.
Yeah, it's a bit early.
It's a little early.
Yeah.
Is it December yet?
Yeah, it is December. Yeah, it's the 3rd of December. You know what the girls are like.
Well, I was just going to say, it's something the ladies do.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
To be honest, I have done that stuff in the past, but this year I was away for the weekend, and I came home and all the decorations have been put up.
Well, you know what? I sort of tweaked my back a little bit on whenever it was, and that happened to be the day.
Picking up a ball or something.
Well, no, I wasn't. I was actually putting the washing.
You've had a good week.
Yeah. No, this was on Monday, I think, or
Sunday.
Sunday, and that was the day the girls thought that they'd put the decorations up. So I had an excuse not to go up into the loft to sort of drag boxes of rubbish down. I was sort of carrying it, and I sort of bent. No, I was bending down to pick something up out of it. It just went.
It happens.
It happens when you get to our age.
Yeah, and what kind of age group are we dipping into?
Well, we are CODGERs.
And viewer, that's where we want to start this off. Dan and I are a certain age. I'm older than Dan.
So we're not the same age.
Well, we're in a certain age bracket.
Yes, we are.
And us group of friends, particularly, we call ourselves the CODGERs. Mm-hmm. So I think a good place to start, Dan, is to talk about what CODGERism is.
Yes.
What it means to be a CODGER. And have a conversation about it.
A conversation. Yeah, no, it's a weird thing being a codger. I mean, for me, it's the Sarnstead CODGERs, as we call ourselves. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's that age where I think inside our heads we're both I don't know, I'm 12 in my head.
Yeah.
What are you? Are you 9 or something?
Oh, I'm much older than that. I'm about 14.
Oh, well, you're 14. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm 12. But our bodies won't do what our brains want them to do.
Couldn't do it when I was 25.
Well, probably, but now they really can't. So it's an age where I don't know. You almost become almost go back to being a little bit more childlike and having fun, which is great because the responsibilities are sort of dying away a little bit.
Yeah.
But the body, the body is sort of not doing what you want it to do. Certainly on the cricket field or anywhere else.
I'm glad you say that, because the realisation for me to give up cricket was not scoring many runs for the last 2 or 3 years, and as primarily someone who's considered a batsman.
The Cornish Kohli.
I am the So I hark back to our other channel.
Where did that come from?
I am the Cornish Kohli, self-proclaimed. But not scoring runs. That was a frustration.
Yeah.
But that was a frustration. The embarrassment came when I was in the field.
Man.
And I regarded myself as a reasonably agile and half decent fielder.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, if it was 2 or 3 yards either side of me, and having to point to a youngster to chase.
Well, of course, I've kind of got away with it because I've always been an embarrassment in the field.
That's true.
Yes,
you were true.
So it wasn't as noticeable. I mean, I was all right when I was a kid. I was all right. But it's
and there was an occasion where I was. I had a half decent pair of hands.
Yeah, you'd never drop a catch.
And I thought, this is mine.
Yeah.
And I completely missed the blinking thing. This was about 5 years ago. So when I was about 55, the tweaks of codgerism were just beginning to be pulled. But I think with being a codger, there's many different aspects to it. You're expected to be a bit more moany and groany about stuff. Mm-hmm. That's part of the...
You've got a saying for that, haven't you?
Yes. Is there a script?
You've forgotten it already.
Well, there's because I'm a codger.
Yeah,
well, I'd rather be...
No, it's the sort of the cloud.
Oh, yeah.
This is codgerism in action.
This is it. This is a great demonstration.
Brilliant demonstration.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
They won't know.
No.
So
try what again?
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
So I think being a codger has got many aspects to it. One of them is moaning and groaning, as we just said. But the other is always finding a cloud around a silver lining.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And no matter, we've all got sport on TV.
Yeah. Yes. No matter how good it's going, there'll be a collapse any minute.
We're 150 from one.
Yeah.
In the Gabba.
230 all out.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we ain't going to get 200 here. And there's always that ability to see a cloud looming and grooming. But I think on a physical side, what I've noticed is, yes, a manifestation has not been any good in the field.
Yes.
Thinking, I'll do that job in the morning, and thinking, hell to it, I'll leave that job because you're not motivated. But one of the things, Dan, I don't know if you agree with this, is my bodily functions have changed over the last few years. One in specifically, and that's my urination strategy.
Yes, that old chestnut. And in what way?
Well, excuse me, viewer, but I can piss like a racehorse, okay? And people, when I'm playing golf with the fellas, one thing that I get not criticised for, but certainly observed about, is I drink. I always have got a drink with me. I'll take a bottle of squash or something from home, and I drink. So subsequently, after about 2 or 3 shots, I'm always looking for what the lie of the land is regarding trees and bushes.
Never knowingly walk past an opportunity.
You always might need one, so you think, well, I'll do it now because there might not be one on the fourth.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I bet on average I will go for a wee 6 times in a round of golf.
Really?
For sure. Oh yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, but people, because they think, oh, he's doing that again. They think it's the same one, but in fact, I know that I've done it on the second. I had to go on the third because it was a tree.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're drinking all the way around.
Yeah.
So that's probably why
people don't. And then, of course, when we get back in the clubhouse, and we might have a shandy.
Yeah.
Cheers, old boy.
Yeah. Cheers, old boy. I haven't got a shandy. I got water, but
well,
in a pilgrim cup though.
Fans of mine will know. My fan base will know that I'm a bit of a lightweight.
There is a bloke out there that does like you. He is
I know. And welcome aboard. Let's reconnect because through this medium you might see some more stuff. But and I'll have a shandy after the golf or something. I get home, I won't sleep that night.
No.
I'll be up and down.
Really?
2 or 3 times.
Really?
So subsequently, that's developed into something else, and I shared this with you.
Yes, you have. You've turned it into a sport.
We had some great fun. Great sport. So, men and women of a certain age, I guess women must have this stuff.
Let's just maybe, but we don't know about.
We don't know.
So,
well, comment below, ladies, because we'd welcome your thoughts on this.
Yes.
So what I've done is, because I end up spending a third of my life stood up urinating, either against a tree, or down the back alley, or at times in a toilet. Actually, I count.
You count.
How long I am actually weeing.
Yeah.
Now I'm an average. My average is 23.
Okay.
You're going to say...
Just give us your speed.
Yeah, so...
Give the viewers a sense of speed.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good at
Pretend you're doing it now.
Okay. Well, I can do one now. There's a toilet there, and we can... But it's about every second, so I'll count it at this rate. 1, 2, 3...
Okay.
4. Okay, and I feel I'm pretty confident with that.
Okay.
And I'm a 23.
Your batting
kind of
average is
guy.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now and then, middle of the night, if I've missed one,
Yeah.
I might get a 41er.
Okay.
But they're rare.
Yeah.
Now, report something that happened to you.
Well, I went with Jallan. We went on a trip to Pilgrim. Actually, we did
Nice.
a pilgrimage to Pilgrim
Yes,
in
pilgrimage.
Reigate. And obviously, when you're with Jallan, you have to drink an awful lot of beer.
Yeah.
And I think if you drink a lot and you don't go to the loo,
Break the seal.
well, you sort of hold on to it as long as you can. Then you can get some very, very high
volume.
high scores, right? Although interestingly, it's not the first. You might have had 3 pints. If you can have 3 pints or more before you go, that first one isn't necessarily your longest one, right? So we're in.
It's almost like a lost leader, that one.
I think it is. I don't know what it is, whether it's a sort of starter or an aperitif, whatever it is. But the first one, when we were down at Pilgrim, I got sort of 32, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, Lance will be pleased with this.
I'm envious as well.
Yeah. But then I thought, well, hang on, I've had 3 pints of, whatever.
Yeah.
And I should have got more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, within about 15, 20 minutes, it's like, I've got to go again.
Good.
And I went in,
Good.
and I got my first 50.
You got a 50
my first
as
50.
an opener, didn't you?
Yeah,
that was the
which
interesting
were very
thing.
rare. Yeah.
I'm like Jeff Boycott. I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
But you youngsters come
just
along.
come along.
And I don't think I've ever done a 50.
Really?
And I think you even put it on our CODGER.
I think I did.
Group.
Yeah.
And other fellas, of course,
Yeah,
who are
it's-
taller than me. Well, isn't that how you do that stuff?
Probably.
They were coming in, and even Jallan, your son,
Yeah.
my godson, he was hitting 50 early days.
Now, yes, but I've got there's another thing here. There's pace.
Yes.
And then there's volume.
And I think there's also the medical condition.
Because
your flaps are in.
Mate,
They can keep them closed for long.
but see, what's your volume? I mean, Jallan will go, and he's pouring gallons down there.
Right, well, I'm a dribbler. It's constant.
Dear.
But asked me to go above me head height now, and I couldn't do it, like we would in school.
You tried?
Well, not for some time.
I've never tried that. Did you try to do that? Although for you, it's not as difficult, is it?
I can dribble 4 feet.
Not as far to go.
Get Chris Aishelman doing it, and it would be like the Niagara Falls.
Yes,
But
anyone knows who he is.
Well, Chris is one of the CODGERS, of course. You would have seen him on our.
Tall, 6'5".
Yeah. But in school, what I recall, one of the great sports was us fellas, the young, as a 10, 12, 14-year-old, weeing up the wall of the toilet to see how far you
Funny, I never did that. Is that a Cornish thing?
Well, there's many things that are Cornish. By the way, fans, I'm going to, if this ever takes off, I'm going to teach you some advanced Cornish.
Yes.
Because
coming later.
Coming to a We've got all sorts of things planned for this, not just this.
We certainly do.
So I think what would be interesting, Dan, is is this just something unique that I've introduced to our small group?
Oh, I've never heard of it. So we want to spread it wide, is it?
Or high, if possible.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested to know if the ladies do this stuff as well, because they're sitting down, I understand.
But they've
got more time to
I don't think we've got any
cogitate.
watching, quite frankly. I would suggest we start with the chaps first. And,
chaps, let us and it's consistency of counting.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So it's about a second.
Yeah.
I've never taken a stopwatch in with me.
Yeah.
Or I said, have you got the time on your car?
Yeah. I think it'd be good to get. So report in your sort of average. And any long ones.
Yeah.
Average and top score.
Yeah.
Average and personal best.
PB as we call it in the trade.
And with your age. Because I'll be tempted to see the correlation between youth.
We could have a matrix.
Yeah. I have to do that. I can do spreadsheets
you're a whiz with that stuff.
Yeah, so there you go, viewers. Let's have your average count, your personal best over, a week or whatever, and your age, and give us your name, and then we'll chart it.
We'll give a little shout out.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Brilliant.
But I don't know what we should call it. Piddler of the week.
I don't know. But
Piddler on the roof.
Piddler on the roof. Yeah, he's laughing at his own jokes.
Yeah, I know. That was nothing new there.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well,
Yes.
I think that's really good.
That's
So
a good
let's,
start.
that's a good start. That's fantastic. Viewers, you got a challenge. Give us your reports. Report back. Thank you
Brilliant.
very much.
I don't care what you say. Get them out of our organisation, sack them, pay them off. No, I'm not listening. Goodbye.
Okay, now viewers, it's time for a little segment that we thought we'd have, which is Codger Rant. One thing about Codgers is that, as you said, we can tend to get a bit angry about certain things completely irrationally. Lance, your turn this week. What's your Codger Rant?
I'll tell you what my rant is, and already I'm up for the fight. Can you? It's people who give their...
Is that it?
It's people. That's it. Yeah, over to you then.
Yeah.
No, parents who give their children exotic or something inclined to be interesting names.
Right.
Okay?
Such as?
Well, I'll give you some
thought you would.
clues. Yeah. See, I'm going Chardonnay,
Yeah, sure.
saffron, sky, aurora.
Spelled S-K-Y-E, probably.
SKYE. Yeah, even to add a level of exoticism to it. Now, I've got a theory why they do this.
Go on.
Sorry, public. Parents and public. I think this is because their own lives are so disinteresting, mundane and boring that they think, I got nothing else to say to anybody, but if I've got a child with an interesting name, that'll spark conversation and I'll get some kind of third party...
I get it. So do you think that, there's a tendency for people, parents, to sort of live their failed lives vicariously through their children,
Precisely.
and so therefore they give them exotic names?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
exactly
I love it. That's an interesting rant.
Yeah.
Can I just sort of maybe pick you up on a slight potential hypocrisy here? So, Matthew Harris, the village for Tory, your son, my godson, he's got you've given him a sort of, is it exotic, but a middle name. And his brother, Thomas, he's got a middle name, which is... Explain yourself.
Okay, can I speak to the jury when I do this? So to let you in on a bit of a family secret here, the village Matthew, who you might have seen on the cricket channel before, his middle name is Trevelyan. Matthew Trevelyan Harris. Thomas, our youngest, Thomas Piran Harris. Now, I qualify those names because they mean something else. They're not just me trying to be interesting.
Okay.
They're both Cornish names. We're proud Cornish. My dad was Trevor. I didn't want to call Matthew Trevor. I'm Trevor.
Yeah.
Middle name. So Trevelyan is a nod to my dad and Cornwall. Piran is the patron saint of Cornwall. You all knew that, of course. And of course, the other thing is Trevelyan, it starts TRE. Common names in Cornwall. TRE, tree, pole or pen, pole, dark, pen, penny, darrow. Tree, pole or pen, everyone knows the Cornish men.
There we go.
So
you've got an authenticity behind your
I'd like to
silly
think
names.
so, yes. And by the way, you're watching somebody who's called Lance, so I've had the burden of being called Lance.
Is that Cornish?
No, certainly not.
Where did that come from?
Manchester.
Lance.
Yeah, no. Well, it's interesting. If I can bore you a little more, when I was about 14 in school, any more? It's impossible to go any deeper. I was in school with the fellas in class, English, and we had a new English teacher, Miss Williams.
Oh yes.
She came down from London to live and work in Cornwall. Came to our school, and she went around the class, and everybody in Cornwall calls me Lance because of the way we pronounce or even advanced Cornish folks, Lentz. All right, Lentz. That's advanced. So when she came to me, she said, so I want everybody to give me your name and just a minute about, what you're about. So I said, hello, Miss Williams, my name's Lance Harris, and I like sport, and that. And she went, oh, thank you, Lance. And for the first time ever, at 14...
We call you Lance.
Yeah, no, because of the way we're in the southeast of England, they say the A differently.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
from then on in, my buddies, choyoiked me
Yeah.
with the name Lance.
Yeah.
Oh, Lance.
It's a bit like Bath and Bath.
Bath
isn't it?
and Bath,
Yeah,
grass.
Yeah, I might actually have a
that-
clip of you in the bath now.
Oh,
No,
there's
right.
that. There's that, yeah. So yeah, there's my rant about names.
Yeah,
So
good.
viewer, keep it simple. Keep it James, Catherine, and Lucy.
Yes, they're my three.
Traditional
Yeah.
names. That's the way forward.
Yes, and it shows that you haven't lived a miserable life.
Yeah,
that you're trying to improve.
And your children will thank you because they haven't got to explain themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you called
Yeah.
Aurora?
Yeah,
Because you've got a miserable life.
I think we'll get it. I think that's a reasonable rant.
Yeah, does that cut the...
I think it cuts the mustard. I think you may have upset some people, but then what sort of people have you upset?
Well, the people
It's fair
watching this
game.
will have kids that have got great names,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Jim and Bill and Sue.
Probably, yeah,
You know.
yeah. No, that's brilliant. Well done, Lance. Yeah,
There's
I
where we
called you
are.
Lance. Yeah,
Lance.
yeah.
Say
I know.
Lance.
Well done, Lance.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, well done, Lance.
Lance.
Lovely, very good.
Oh.
Hey, who? Use that, mate. Lance, come on.
Hey?
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
Thank you.
dear. Okay. So one of the great benefits of being a codger is, of course, through life, the music that you're exposed to. And, my tastes are quite lightweight. Unlike Dan's here, his love of music is extremely broad and quite deep. Just give us a feel, Dan.
Deep and heavy.
Deep and heavy rock, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sort of groups that...
Well, I mean, thanks for asking, Lance, because as you say, it is something that I'm very.
It was really sincere.
I'm very passionate about my music.
You are.
And I got this view, and I think there's some good theory on it, which is that your musical tastes are largely formulated when your brains are going through a sort of their major change in life, which is from the age of 15 to 23. So, approximately. And I grew up, I had an older sister, and she loved all the sort of, Pink Floyd, Sabbath, Zeppelin, all of that kind of stuff, and Deep Purple, and that. And that's kind of what I grew up on. Yeah, and the Who, and that's you see what you and that's the sort of stuff that I've loved, and it's still with me today. And then the other sort of bands that have I then discovered where they came from, and got into blues, and then discovered
you did
Dylan and Young, and latterly I've sort of discovered.
You've gone wild, haven't you?
I've gone wild. Well, because you see, that stuff is what it is, and you'll never have, a new Zeppelin, or you'll never have a new, Deep
Kid
Purple
Creole.
or Kid Creole. So it's
just come
tough
on,
to keep it going.
who are you
so
listening to now?
I've discovered recently. Yeah, that's nice.
Listen up, viewer.
Who are you listening to now? No, so the band that I'm obsessing about at the moment and having great fun. Enjoying all the stuff is a Swedish death metal band called Opeth, O-P-E-T-H, who are just simply wonderful. It's an acquired taste, I think, and many people will find it quite difficult.
Just remind us, it's a Swedish.
They're from Stockholm.
Death
metal, or more progressive metal, actually. And it can be inaccessible. It's very noisy. Inaccessible. Not really. bit lightweight for me. They're just great. I'm a lover of progressive rock.
You are, and I applaud you because my musical tastes have got quite a narrow street, but yours is very broad-minded. How did you discover an edge toward that style?
Okay, well, I'll try and do it quickly, but I'm a huge fan of. There's a band called Porcupine Tree, and Stephen Wilson is I think the modern genius in rock music.
He's not.
And he, of course, is the sort of modern. Sort of prog rock guy. So if you're into Genesis or Pink Floyd or those sort of prog bands from the 70s, you will love Stephen Wilson. Stephen Wilson is a very, very good. He sort of went a little bit heavy in periods. He's a very good friend of Michael Ekerfeld, who is the
You're showing off now.
He's the guy behind behind Opeth. They're very
Oh, I
friends.
see.
So I discovered Opeth when Wilson was waxing lyrical about how great Opeth are.
Yes.
Then I thought, oh well, if he thinks they're good, then I've got to find out more about them.
And is Michael a codger? Could he qualify as a codger?
He's probably close to it, actually. I would say he's probably late 40s. Wilson is, though. Wilson's a codger. He's just turned 50.
Yep.
I think he's 52. No, he's 54, I think.
Yeah.
67 he was born. He always goes on about how he was born in the year of Sergeant Pepper.
So if I was to just throw bands and artists that I like,
Oh, yes.
you
Sort of thumbs up, thumbs down.
throw them out with the washing, all right?
Okay.
Let's see your view on this. Okay. So I probably my most favourite over the years, my most favourite has been Queen.
Oh, well, interesting you mentioned it. I was never a huge fan of Queen. Thought of them as a little bit lightweight, but brilliant musicians.
Okay.
And Freddie Mercury, one of the great showmen. Yeah. And I watched the Bohemian Rhapsody film last weekend. And it was fantastic. Yeah. I thought it was really, really good. Obviously, you get behind it. Behind
all right.
So Queen.
Okay. Steve Miller Band.
Not interested. No.
Okay. Paul Young.
Oh dear, you've got to do better than this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, all right, Oasis then.
Well, you know what? I didn't mind Oasis. Yeah. I thought they were a breath of fresh air in whenever it was, 91 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I thought they were a breath of fresh air, and they did the classic. They lasted for sort of 2 or 3 albums, and then they just churned out sort of rubbish. Okay. Really. But it's quite sort of formulaic stuff. But yeah, it was.
And when did good music end in your scale of?
Well, I don't think it has. I mean, I think there's a lot less good stuff that comes around, but there's still a lot of it about. I mean, I think someone like Billie Eilish is brilliant.
Oh yeah, sure.
So there's always
George Ezra?
Not really. No. I'm not interested in these sort of modern artists. They've got to be authentic. And I think Billie Eilish.
Like say Billy Idol.
No, you just said that because I said Billie Eilish.
I like. Okay, my last one. You might not have heard of these.
Oh yeah.
Roxette.
I don't know Roxette.
No. Okay. Well, look, viewer, I think that's a little insight into that. We're going to do a special. You said music.
I think we'll do a music special at some point. Yeah. Only if people want it, though. If people says, "Oh, look, don't do the music stuff," then we probably won't.
It would be interesting if we got some more obscure bands.
Can't be any more obscure than Opeth and Porcupine Tree. But anyway, we'll
just see if anybody's got anything in a similar vein. Scandi, heavy rock, progressive rock. That's a niche market, Dan. But it is, you more than anybody would have discovered that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Well, that's it for this first edition of whatever we call it. It's been great, Lance.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us, folks. We enjoy doing this sort of stuff for you. And if you've got any ideas, any thoughts, suggestions, topics, any rants you want us to go on about, just send them in, and we'll see if we can incorporate them.
Absolutely. Very good. Thanks for watching.
Whatever that is.
Toilet?
Oh yeah. Glad you said that. I did it 24 a minute ago.
Oh dear.
Right, that one. Good.